We're doing this. We're doing this tonight. We're going to the moon.
Hello and welcome to this Wednesday's edition of Entertainment News. Nearly said it here on MBE.
It's not movie news anymore.
I'd just like to thank you once again for joining us here on our YouTube channel and of course our Twitch stream. I'm one of your co-hosts, Stephen John McLaughlin. Our other co-host, John C. Walsh, is here with his finger on the pulse, and we're here to talk about, well, it's going to be movie talk actually for the whole. Impressive.
That's the pulse.
That's the pulse.
And one of the best mouses in the world, incidentally.
Mouses.
Buy
mice.
that. Mice.
Yeah, how do you say that? I don't know.
Buy that mouse.
Yeah, we're here to talk about quite a few
Pro
things, John.
wireless.
We just obviously reacted to Leo last night. It went out. It's doing splendid and tremendous on our channel. The Russians don't know what they're missing. There you go, Vladimir.
Partially blocked in Russia.
You're ruining it for everyone. They can't even see the MBE boys reacting to one of the great films that are going to be coming out shortly. But yeah, John, we're talking about obviously Thalapathy VJ's Leo
I
here.
just got something in my head there about Russia.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll talk about it after this. It's fucking epic.
And,
I'm going to sell shop.
This is interesting, John. This is something I didn't know, but this is a headline coming in from India Glitz, and it's on quite a few platforms, but I thought I'd stick to the one that we know. I don't want to know what it is.
It's amazing, Steve.
Did Trisha walk out of Thalapathy VJ's Leo? And here is the truth. This is the truth, apparently. Thalapathy VJ's much hyped Leo, directed by Rukh Kanagaraj, is continuing to trend high on social media pages after the official title and video announcement went viral this past weekend. The cast and crew are right now shooting and testing cold conditions in the Kashmir Valley. One of the major highlights of Leo is the reunion of Thalapathy VJ and Trisha Krishnan after 14 years as the lead pair.
Has that seriously been 14 years since they worked together?
Isn't it crazy, isn't it?
Wow.
They look exactly the same.
They fucking do, don't they?
Their chemistry sizzled in Gilly and Kurave and Tirupati and Adi. Is that how you say that? I'm not sure.
Adi, yeah.
Adi. Fans also witnessed their close bonding in the Leo, also known as Thalapathy 67 Puja video. John, we're going to go into that, by the way. There's been a few things dropped over the weekend that we've totally missed.
Oh, right, yeah. I don't recall Puja video.
In regards to this, so
Body Sweet, I remember, yeah.
We'll get on to that in a little moment. But reports started circulating on social media that Trisha returned to Chennai after shooting for just 3 days there due to creative differences. It was also debated that she had undone most of the likes and retweets regarding Leo. Wow. This gave rise to speculation that the evergreen actress has walked out for the project. I think that's off. However, fans have pointed out that I'm just looking at a photo there. And do you know who Thalapathy VJ reminds me of there? Rajinikanth.
What one? That one?
The on the left.
The one on the left with those glasses. He looks like me.
Yeah, but however, fans
glasses.
have pointed out that it's usual practice of Trish to revert her likes and retweets after a few days so as not to flood her timeline.
I am guaranteeing that Trisha will not like that term Trish.
It's
no
also,
Trisha, I know likes can go Trish.
It's also said that the photo of the actress in Chennai airport was taken long back, and miscreants are spreading that to create confusion.
What a great word that is, miscreants.
Don't you know what it means? Leo is jointly produced by Lalit Kumar and Jagdish Palanchwani with Arun. I'm going to take a break here because that was a lot of words. I just Anirudh scoring the music. That was just a lot of words there.
Jagdish Palanchwani.
The ensemble cast comprises Vijay, Trisha, Priya, and
I did
Sanjay
not even
Dutt.
know that Trisha was in this movie.
I didn't either, John. That's what I was saying at the very start.
I did not know.
I thought, why are we talking about her? Did she pull out this and she's not in it? But Arjun,
Sanjay Dutt,
Manzoor, Ali Khan, Miskin, GVM, Sandy, Matthew Thomas, and agent Tina
Thalapathy, mate. Joseph, where the fuck is Yogi? Where is Yogi Babesh?
Yeah.
Where is he?
Yeah, Babu. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that his name is?
Yeah, Yogi Babu, yeah.
Why did I get Babesh?
I don't know.
I'm sure, wait a minute. That's Yogi Babu.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know where I get Babesh from. I just made that completely.
He's such a character.
When I hear Babu, I just think of my young niece from when she was younger. I've searched Babesh, I'll just make sure there is no Babesh. And there is not. I have just pulled that out of nowhere. Pulled it like this. Poof.
Yeah. Poof.
Where is he? Where is Yogi Babu? There should be an old Thalapathy movies.
That bit about it's common practice for Trisha to unlike and retweet and all that. That's a hell of a lot of work to just to clear up your timeline, is it not?
Stephen, it's something I would never do.
Yeah,
Anyone that knows me will attest to. And I'm going to bring this up.
Yeah.
See if we can find, if it gives me a number. Let's see, where are we?
Are you talking about your inbox?
Yep.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's in the tens of thousands. I know that. I can't look at it.
See if I can bring that up.
I cannot look at that.
112,591 emails. I don't delete anything.
You don't read them either?
I don't read them.
Or messages?
No, I don't.
That's why we've not done a watch along this week.
Fucking nightmare.
I was like, I think John's dead.
No,
I'm
my phone.
glad I'm not getting murdered, because I wouldn't be phoning John for help.
What actually happened was my phone, there was some water thing and it was refusing to charge. Then it did charge, but then the charger wasn't charging it again, so I had no phone. And it didn't come through my iPad.
Yeah,
so I'm like, brilliant. Yeah. And then I'm like, replying to comments, this is doing really well, these videos. I thought, I'll go and say to Stephen. I'm like, Stephen's messaged me.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking hell.
I was in a DD state of mind at that point when you messaged back. I was like, I'm not doing this tonight. I'm going to him in very shortly. John, I'm like you. I didn't know Trisha was in this film.
I didn't know Trisha was in this movie, but I'm delighted she's in this movie. I think she has got great chemistry with Joseph. As we've seen, they've worked together in 3-4 movies prior. And she's a brilliant actress in her own right, Stephen. Really enjoyed her in 96 with Vijay Thalapathy. For me, that's her standout performance I've seen anyway.
Yep.
So we know what she's capable of delivering. I just wish that I knew. Apologies, I've just blown people's eardrums off. I just wish that I'd realised this when we were doing that reaction last night. Because I says, along with the announcement of Sanjay Dutt, that we required a really brilliant cast around Joseph, because he's a great actor, Thalapathy. Yep. And he can carry movies and make them better than the sort of some of the parts just by his presence and what he brings. But if he's got an equally talented cast around about him, it just elevates the movie as a whole. We've seen it with Master, with Vijay Thalapathy, obviously Bhavani and his JD character. We've seen it before in prior movies. If he's got brilliant actors around him, it just makes the movie better.
You think there's any truth in it though?
What, her walking out?
Differences? Yeah.
No, I don't think so at all. No, I think it's all bollocks. I think she's probably just left. She's got kids, hasn't she? She's got a young daughter, I'm pretty sure. She's probably just left to be with them, had a break and then came back.
3 days, did it say?
It's nothing.
Said something. That's nothing, isn't it? You can get a lot done in 3 days, I suppose, in terms of shooting.
She might not have to be there.
If you're a good actor, that is. Yeah, well, that's it. You know, you can get all your stuff done and then you're
But can she not come back? I mean,
there'll be
from what I've seen, Stephen, obviously they're making a beast in particular. We get a really detailed breakdown of that production. They shoot it in sort of like
Pooja Hedge
batches.
I'm pretty sure was the same. I think as well in the web series that we've been covering with, certainly with Mirzapur, female lead, was done and dusted very early on as well.
Yeah. That might not be a good thing for Trisha. That may mean she's got a really small role.
It could, yeah.
That's one thing I hope doesn't
limited,
happen. That she gets sort of shoehorned as a romantic side interest, and it's just you can cut it out of the movie. Because we've seen that done in Thalapathy movies before, where you can just cut out the whole sort of female side thing.
It makes no difference.
And it makes no difference to the movie whatsoever.
Yeah.
I want her to come in and have a big role because she's better than that as an actor, and then just. Yeah, they may be taking on Sanjay Dutt.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, John, I don't really have. There's not much legs in this conversation in terms of anything else. I don't really want to repeat ourselves and stretch this out any further. But I just thought it was very interesting that neither of us picked up on this. I think
that she was in the movie.
I don't know what it is about us, John, this year, but certainly we're not as on the ball as we were for some other Thalapathy stuff as well. Obviously the title release yesterday, we were a little bit slow on that, but I think we just got it just at the right time for us. But normally we would be ready for that.
Yeah, the community did. Yeah. They came in and says, "Look, react to that," it's out, and we thank them for it.
Yeah, because we didn't know.
We didn't.
Normally, when we're obviously doing our Wednesday news show, that's when we pick up on things. So we start doing our research and stuff like that. But just obviously the timing of the weekend stuff. And I didn't really know too much about Thalapathy 67 anyway, other than what we've covered in the news show very briefly. And it's really just been locations that we've been talking about, where they've been shooting it and stuff like that, and how far they are in production. Cast, not so much. We've seen obviously some videos, promotional videos, and I don't remember seeing Trisha in any of them.
No.
Which I think is very surprising, but I think you might be right, John. I think our time on this is going to be very limited, which is a shame.
Yeah, that would be a shame. But I'm looking forward to seeing it. Looking forward to seeing how it develops in terms of the build-up. I really did enjoy the sort of promo.
Yeah.
Him sort of making that sword, and then it's almost like chocolate hazelnut.
Yeah.
And then facing off those men. There was a particular shot I really enjoyed. It was darkness, house was up on the hill, cars were winding up. Really enjoyed that. So on a technical level, it's looking really, really good.
And we've not really talked about, obviously, the sort of expanded universe either, John. Because
Tell you what we didn't talk about during that promo.
Yeah.
We had another conversation about Thalapathy 67. It wasn't named Leo at that point. Rumours that he may have longer hair. He certainly didn't have longer hair in that promo.
Yeah, there you are. So
he didn't style it down.
No. So
it was definitely back.
So that photograph we did bring up, it did look like Regina Kinth in it. I can see that Regina Kinth is his sort of mentor. But we're going to move on, John, to...
Well, I mean, at least, yeah,
a good mentor to have. A very charismatic actor. And
still
obviously Joseph is very much the same. And you can see where he gets inspiration from. But John, we're going to talk about...
Joshua's a better dancer, though.
Yeah. Pathaan. Pathaan is bait. Dangal as the highest grossing film in Hindi. It's collected 729 crore worldwide, John. That's coming in from the Hindustan Times.
That looks weird again.
It's a very strange website. Look,
fucking does
two lines and then there's a break and then we're another 2 lines. But John,
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
I will try and read it as best I can. Pardon me for obviously pronunciation and obviously translation as well. I will do my best on this. Shah Rukh Khan's Pathaan has become the biggest hit in Hindi of all time. It's collected 729 crore worldwide. It's beaten Amir Khan in a crucial race of the blockbusters. Pathaan has overtaken Amir's Dangal as the highest grossing film of all time. Released in Hindi, it's collected 729 crore worldwide. How many times am I going to say that?
I think that works out at roughly about $60 odd million.
That's incredible.
Roughly.
That being said, the overall worldwide collection of Dangal is still legions ahead at 2,000 crore thanks to the insane run it had at the Chinese box office in 2017. Pathaan has only beaten Dangal in the Hindi version race, considering Dangal released in Mandarin, China, which collect approximately 1,200 crore.
Dangal was a fantastic film.
Yeah,
really good.
The film trade analyst Ramesh Bala tweeted the fresh figures, as did the film's producers, Yash Raj Films. A fresh poster with the latest collection spelled that worldwide Pathaan has collected $88.92 million, approximately 730 crore in India. It's collected 453 crore gross and overseas 276 crore gross. Ramesh Bala tweeted #Pathaan. Early estimates for second Saturday all India net is 22 crores, crossing Dangal to become all-time #1 straight Hindi movie in India. I'll not go on anymore, John. If anyone wants to read that, they can go on to Hindustan Times and read all those facts and figures. But John,
how good is that poster?
It's a fantastic poster, isn't it? I was
really,
looking at it earlier.
Really cool.
Just the way they're just facing off with each other.
She's in the middle.
Yeah, just as a centrepiece. It's a fantastic one. Experience it in IMAX. I wish we could.
I don't know if we can actually. I don't know if Avatar's still up. Not really been keeping track of Avatar.
It's just unfortunate, John, that Avatar did come out when it did, because that's going to obviously dominate
up, you know?
the IMAX that we have. With one IMAX in this city, by the way. We used to have two,
and another one. It was a smaller screen.
Yeah, but they've done away with it. So we've only got one, and Avatar, just as it was coming out, I would say it's probably still holding the IMAX. Wow, that's incredible, isn't it? That figures,
isn't it?
John, what do you make of this? Because both of us have obviously watched and enjoyed Dangal. It was part of one of the first films we watched. Certainly our introduction to Amir Khan as well. One of our favourite actors from India as well, and a very intelligent and inspiring story of a former wrestler coaching his 2 daughters who are different levels in wrestling, and just a very well-rounded coming of age film. Well written and well acted, wasn't it?
Steve, we've seen a lot of Western sports movies.
Yeah.
But that sort of rags to riches story, what they did by almost shooting him as an older version, and then him going off and physically transforming himself, and he looked 20-30 years younger. It just showed you the dedication Amir brings to obviously his movies and just practice acting in general. And that rubbed off in the movie. I forget the name of the actress that played the oldest daughter. She was outstanding.
Yeah.
Obviously had the shaved head, her hair trimmed in.
Yep.
It was a really inspirational story. I remember the score being brilliant, even the lead song, sort of Dangal, Dangal.
Yeah.
That was a sort of one that overlaid the workout scenes, getting ready for fights and stuff like that. Just a brilliantly shot movie. It was one of the first, if not the first. Second, I think the second or third actually. I think we started with KGF, then it was Padmavat, then Dangal. And really, really good movie. So I'm not surprised to see that still in terms of overall gross in 2,000 crores worldwide. One of the most successful movies coming out of India. But really impressive for this movie, Stephen, to be coming, and obviously is just a Hindi only experience topping Dangal, because Dangal's a brilliant film. I rate that right up there as one of the best movies we've seen from the Indian subcontinent. So
I think it's one of the best sports films I've seen worldwide, John.
Yeah,
it's
period. It's right up there
in
terms of a sports movie. And it's something that's universal, the story. We've seen that with Maria Sharapova, we've seen that with the Williams sisters.
Yeah.
A sort of overbearing parental figure. Almost, I don't know, wishing that they'd done better in their life, pursuing a sports career, and just willing their son or their daughter or their daughters to become something that they weren't.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a hate figure in their life because they're pushing them too far at times. And just how that's borne out in an actual movie.
Yeah.
It was really, really impressive, Dangal. But I think, Stephen, just Pathaan's performance, I think obviously John Abraham is an impressive villain in the piece.
Yeah.
Deepika Padukone's a star in her own right. But SRK, Shah Rukh Khan coming back after that hiatus, I think
that's
the
got a lot to do
buzz.
with it, yeah.
I mean, it's just obviously people buzzing to see this guy back in a big theatre experience, buzzing to see if he's made a success of it. And by all accounts, you look at the Rotten Tomatoes, you look at the actual critical response financially, it's a success for the guy, and I'm delighted.
I'm delighted.
Just
as well.
looking at his career, that sort of condensed video, what he stands for, where he's came from. Absolutely delighted to see he's come back with a hit. Hopefully he's got a couple other ones coming out this year. He does it again.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing,
I'd
isn't
still
it?
sort of balancing whether we should go and see this in a theatre or whether we should leave it to do a watch along.
I want to do it in a watch along, John, but it's that way where
if you watch it in a theatre, you can't do it in a watch along. Then
well, that's
it's
it,
not
because
authentic.
we're not that way inclined. I know a lot of channels do that, and I don't like doing that. Where I don't really see the point of it. It's that first time reaction I love watching people. If I know they've seen the film, I'm like, this is absolutely pointless because you know what's coming. John, we went to see Back to the Future. I think it was the 25th anniversary release in the cinema, as you recall, and there was people actually anticipating the laughs, the lines, the punchlines, and then laughing that way. And I'm like, what is the point? You know it's coming. I just want to see this in the cinema because I never get a chance to see it in the cinema. I do want to see it. We'll have to make a decision at some point when we're going to have this community theatre experience, and it's just one of those ones. Do we do it on the expense of a watch along? Yes, I think so. I think watch alongs are not the be all and end all of this channel, and it's something I think that we would both get a lot of out of as well. I mean, there's going to be plenty of watch along stuff coming out anyway, and it spares you a lot of heading. So it's probably music to your ears. Let's go to the theatre and watch this film. Yeah, John, we've not seen Shah Rukh Khan in any films yet,
no.
And I know we're talking about is it My Name Is Khan?
My Name Is Khan.
To maybe kick things off, but it would have been this if it's still in the theatres. I would love to see this in a IMAX though.
Yeah, if it was available in IMAX, that may actually swing it.
Yeah.
Because in terms of the actual trailer, it did look technically outstanding.
Yep.
Some of the stunts, the set pieces.
Sound.
There was a scene where he was on the bike, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And it looked incredible.
The sound as well was
the
phenomenal.
Sound.
Yeah.
So that's just
coming
through
the
headphones.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Imagine that in a theatre, sort of Dolby experience. It'd be phenomenal.
John, we're going to stay on obviously Shah Rukh Khan here, and it's Salman Khan and Shah Rukh Khan, Bollywood superstars talk, combining forces on Pathaan. This is coming in from Variety, and I'll just be very brief here. This is
and this is a much better website in terms of alignment.
Variety is a great website, John. I go on it quite a bit, just for research. But Yash Raj Films Pathaan marks the reunion of two Bollywood's biggest stars, Salman Khan and Shah Rukh Khan, who come together as super spies, tigers and Pathaan respectively. Pathaan, which is part of the producer Anjita Chopra's spy universe, also stars Deepika Padukone and John Abraham, and is directed by Siddharth Anand. Other films in the universe include the Tiger franchise starring Salman Khan and War starring Hrithik Roshan and Tiger Shroff.
Horrific.
We had a laugh about that last week.
Horrific.
The Khans starred together in
I
Karan
didn't even know
Arjun.
Salman Khan was in this fucking movie.
That they are, and in 1995, and since then have
Wow.
had cameos in each other's films. It's almost like a De Niro.
It's a
Pacino
cameo.
thing,
It's a
isn't it?
cameo appearance.
Yeah,
That's why
so-
you fucking spoiled that.
For
Variety.
Shah Rukh and I come together on the big screen, that always needed a special film, and I'm glad Pathaan is that film. When we did Karan Arjun, it was a blockbuster, and now Pathaan, which is part of the YRF spy universe, has also turned out to be a blockbuster. Salman Khan said in a statement, "When Adi narrated the sequence to me, I was floored. His intentions was to play to the gallery and give our fans what they wanted to see from us. The way Siddharth Anand executed the sequence and presented us was just brilliant." Shah Rukh Khan added, "Salman and I have always wanted to act together, but we were waiting for the right film, the right script. So when Adi told me about the idea of to bring the two super spies from YRF spy universe together, I instantly jumped at it because the idea was delivering the promise of seeing Salman and I on the big screen." John, it does say a cameo there.
Yeah, it's like definitely a cameo.
This could be the connection though between the films.
Yeah.
And that's what they did with Schwarzenegger in The Expendables. He had the last scene in the first film. He wasn't in the film
Yeah.
until the last scene, and that's, I think it's
Created
very
the
similar
universe,
to that, and that links the universes together. But yeah, Shah Rukh Khan also spoke about the fun he had on set with Salman. It's too much fun with Bai on sets. I had missed being with him on screen, so it all turned out as it should. So that's great, John. They seem to be very close, don't they? Just reading those comments, and they've obviously had a long history of making
27
films.
28 years.
Probably up against each other at certain points, battling out for obviously those box office numbers, and having that respect as well at the same
So I
time.
was about to say, Stephen, the mutual respect is there.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can see in Hollywood there's probably big names that hate each other. You mentioned Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Sly Stallone back in the 80s fucking hated
yeah.
each other behind the scenes, tried to beat each other to sort of film roles and success in general. That's something I'd imagine is rife in Hollywood. A lot of bickering and backstabbing and hatred, and then they're all smiley and like butter wouldn't melt when the cameras are there, and sort of big premiere events want to be best friends. But you can see there's a genuineness with Shah Rukh. You've seen him also, I think it was a scene, I think it was Shah Rukh, it was some event, he was genuinely praising Vijay's Thalapathy, and
right,
it really touched Thalapathy.
Yeah.
You can see he was taken aback, he was in awe of the guy. The fact he was speaking to him and praising his work, he comes across as such a genuine guy. Salman I don't know quite as much about. We've not actually looked at his career. We have reacted to things he's been in though. I think Tiger, try to remember the name, but just Tiger, just call it Tiger. We know he's this big, strong, powerful guy, and he's sort of action star. But it's great to see that these two big names have got so much respect for each other. They're quite happy to jump in and out of movies for now on 28 years. And now they've actually got a living, breathing universe. They're connected.
Do you think sometimes
potential
that, as much as like big stars, and we mentioned Stallone, Schwarzenegger, we mentioned Pacino and De Niro, John, and obviously the two cans as well, that perhaps maybe it's out of their hands, maybe agents and studios deliberately keep them apart because it would kill off that sort of that make-believe rivalry that they like to conjure up to generate box office.
And it may be that if they're just sharing a screen, then it's maybe robbing us of another great movie they could be off doing, and then we get two for the price of one. We get two movies with two brilliant actors, and it's different stories. If they're in it together, even in India, I know they do like to make a lot of movies over there, more than maybe like your average Hollywood actor does. They'll maybe make 3 movies a year, 4 movies a year. Average Hollywood actors maybe making 1 at a push, 2.
Yeah.
Even over there, you're potentially robbing yourself of another experience, another movie with maybe a Salman or a Shah Rukh. If they're doing everything together, they're doing one movie together. So maybe it's part of that as well. Just want to utilise these two titanic sort of box office forces in individual movies, just so and that's why it's a cameo maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to see that. I didn't realise he was in the movie though, so they have spoiled it, Variety.
It was probably a reveal at the end as well.
Yeah, probably a big reveal, sort of, or even a big moment in the movie. Now we know he's there, so we'll be waiting on him coming. Well, oh my God, Salman Khanstein, didn't know that was going to happen.
Well, we'll talk about watch-alongs, John. If we knew about that and try to watch along and fake react to that, I just wouldn't be having that.
Terrible. Yeah. This is why we are genuine.
Yeah.
I can't lie.
We either get in and do it properly, we don't do it at all.
I can't lie. I'm a terrible liar. You would see it in my face. It'd be like fucking the Sutherland thing from that movie. Been dreadful. I'm certainly not Shah Rukh Khan. That's for sure. I'm more Tommy Wiseau. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. That's me. Sadly, without the hair. I don't want his hair. He looks like Michael Jackson from 1993. He's creepy looking. Fuck that. I'd rather be a slaphead. And just to address that, I'm not an actual slaphead. Technically, I've still got hair. I just shave it in because it looks shit. So I'm not a true baldy yet. Maybe in 10 years. But let's go round it up on that note. What is your thoughts on the three topics we touched upon? What do you make about Trisha Krishnan leaving Chennai for 3 days, leaving presumably the production of Leo? Is there anything in it, unliking things on Twitter, or is she just off on a little break? What's your thoughts? Have they fallen out? I don't think they have. You can share your thoughts about that and Leo in general down below. Thalapathy Vijay down below in the comment section is the place to put it. What's your thoughts on Pathaan becoming the most successful Hindi movie, beating out Dangal in terms of a Hindi experience? Obviously Dangal significantly nearly doubled the box office grossings cum as an overall experience Mandarin market over in China. Share your thoughts about that down below. Salman Khan, Shah Rukh Khan making cameos in each other's movies, the sort of bromance, the respect they have. Anything you feel compelled to share can go down below in the comment section. That's the place to put it. You can also like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to get notifications. To these eyeballs, all that's left to say, as ever, is thank you for watching us, and until next time, me and Stephen are done.